This will be a step-by-step guide how to install SFTP-server on your Windows server. I will go through everything you need and we will test between a Windows Server 2025 and a Windows 11 machine that I have set up, and watch until the end to make it a bit more secure. Let's dive in! Have you tried turning it off and on again? Okay, so we are on a freshly installed Windows Server 2025. If we type WinWare, we can see here 2025 standard evaluation copy. So it's like a Windows 2025 server standard edition. And if we type optional features, we will actually see what we can install here. And if we type SSH, we have SSH-client installed. And I have to say the SSH server is actually installed by default in 2025. But if you're on like let's say 2016 or 2019, you will have to do as I do now and install this feature for OpenSSH Server. It is not there by default, but I have removed it just so I can show you how to install it. Okay, so it's added now. I did 20x speed, so it actually takes a while to install it. When that is done, we go to services, and you should now be able to see the OpenSSH server as a service. It is not automatic by default, so go to services, OpenSSH server, set it to some kind of automatic. Doesn't matter too much if it's delayed or not, but set it to automatic, start the server and hit OK. Now it will start automatically with Windows, and we can see here that it is running. So what we need to do more is actually have some account to test with. So open your computer management, go to local user accounts, hit up users, and then we can right click to make a new user. And our neighbor Timmy is very eager to test this function out, so let's make an account for Timmy. Put in username, full name description is not mandatory, but password, and you can tick never expire to make it never expire. Alright, we have an account for Timmy, and when we install this feature we also get a group that is called OpenSSH user, and members of this group is able to connect with SSH, which is the protocol that SFTP is using. So we make Timmy a member of this group and hit OK. So Timmy is done. He is a member of the OpenSSH group. The SSH SFTP server is actually started. I also have a Windows 11 machine on the same network. So let's swap over to that and see if we can connect. Use your favorite FTP client. I will use WinSCP in this example. You can use, for example, FileZilla or any other program you like. I will put the IP address in the host name, use port 22, that is for the SFTP, and the credentials for Timmy. I will save the password and try to log in. And we can see that it's not connecting. So what could be wrong here? Well, if we go back to the server and if we look at the network profile under network Ethernet, we can see that the network profile is set to public, which is recommended and default in the server. But that comes with some restrictions. The public profile is a bit more restrictive than the private if we look in the firewall. So we need to go into the firewall, highlight inbound rules top left and sort by local port until you see 22, which is the port that the OpenSSH server is using. And we can see that it is open but on private as default. So we can change that properties on this rule, head to advanced, and we can also tick public and domain if we ever hook this server up to a domain. It should now actually be able to connect. So let's head back to my Windows 11 machine and we press reconnect, and we can see Timmy can actually log in to the SFTP server just like that. But okay, so Timmy is logged in. He can traverse back in the tree to users, and oops, he is even able to go to the root C:. So maybe not like we intended. That's not too good. Maybe we should have a default place for the SFTP users where they can put their files and not the C:. So let's go back to the server, and if we go to the file explorer, C:, for example, we can do a new folder for them. Let's call it SFTP root, why not? So this folder will be the folder that Timmy logs into and can put his folder and files. But let's go to view, show hidden items. We do need to do some editing in the config file. Go to program data, SSH, and then SSHD_config. We need to edit that file to actually change where the server is looking for this folder. Best is to open Notepad in administrative mode, else you won't be able to save that file in the same directory. You will need to put it in like desktop and move it around. But if we open Notepad in admin mode, browse to this program data folder again, SSH, choose all files, open up this config file, and there's a lot of in this file, but we are not gonna change that much. We are actually gonna scroll down a bit and look for the change root directory. Here it is commented out, so remove that hashtag sign, and instead of none we put like this C:, SFTP root, and let's save. So file and save, or Ctrl S. And these settings won't take effect until we have restarted the service. So let's go to services, press O to go to OpenSSH Server, and let's restart the service. Okay, the service is restarting, and let's check now if we actually land in this root directory instead. So we head back to our Windows 11 machine, open up our SFTP program, let's log in with the store credentials, and we can actually see that we are now in another root directory, and if we try to go up, we don't have the permissions to do that. So the file exploring wise is working a bit better right now, but let's do a bit more hardening of this server, because you can actually do some other stuff, not only just SFTP if you are connecting with SSH. For example, if you're familiar with PuTTY, that is a SSH client, we can start that, and here we can see Timmy can log in, and he can actually list what's in this root. He can also go back to the C:, and he can even make directories, and he can remove directories also. So of course that is not working as maybe intended, very big security hole if you're not aware of it. So we need to fix that, and I will show you how to. In this SSHD config file we need to use the force command, and this is to force only SFTP connections to the server, not SSH. So here we type internal SFTP. So force command internal SFTP. We save this text file, and when we save we have to restart the service. So go to the service, open SSH again, you know the drill by now, restart this one. And let's check. We go back to the Windows 11 client. We open up Win SFTP, or if you have PuTTY directly, you can try that. Let's see. Okay, what is the password? We type it in, but it kills the session instantly, so we can't connect anymore with PuTTY. And that's great. But let's make sure we didn't lose the ability to connect with SFTP, and we didn't. We can still connect with SFTP. We are in the root folder. Let's make a new directory. We can call it my uploads. Hit OK, so we can create folders. That's good. Let's go into that folder and make a new file. So we can make a new file to the boss. Here we can type something. Sorry for arriving late. And let's see if we can save it. We can save it, no problem. So this should be now in C:/SFTP root in our Windows server, right? Let's head to the server. Let's open up the file explorer, C:/SFTP root, and here we can see the folder we created, the file we created, and the text. So that's it for today. Hope this was helpful for you. If you like more videos like this, hit the subscribe button and see you later. Bye bye.